Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So Devin Haney has been so loyal to Eddie Hearn in the zone, but when it comes to Eddie Hearn, that loyalty has never been reciprocated. Eddie Hearn, he did a couple recent interviews. One of the interviews he did with Andre Ward, he came out and every single excuse that Ryan Garcia made for why he tested positive for PEDs, Eddie Hearn surprisingly defended him, saying that he doesn't think Ryan Garcia cheated. He thinks somebody gave Ryan Garcia something that was tainted. Ryan Garcia didn't know about it. He started saying, how is it possible you test positive a day before the fight and the day of the fight? That means he couldn't have took something to cheat. Because if you're trying to cheat and get the benefits from some type of PED, you're not going to take it the day before the fight or the day of the fight. This is what Eddie Hearn is saying. And then at the same time, he says Ryan Garcia didn't take these PEDs to get more power or to be stronger. He took it to lose weight, despite the fact that he didn't even make weight, didn't even come close to making weight. Not only is he defending Ryan Garcia as if he is Ryan Garcia's promoter, but he's misleading the public with false information by suggesting that this drug is only used for weight loss. Let me just read to you guys the benefits of Ostarine. Ostarine users confirm its effectiveness in improving muscle mass and strength levels. It enhances muscle synthesis, strength, reduces fatigue, and promotes protein synthesis without causing fat gain or water retention. Whether for fat loss or muscle gain, it yields remarkable results. You see, what Eddie Hearn is really trying to say, and he doesn't want to come out and say it directly because he still has a working relationship with Devin Haney. So what Eddie is really trying to say is the same things that Ryan Garcia said, which is Ryan Garcia, he had no advantages. Ryan Garcia was just the better fighter, which once again just means that Ryan Garcia was the better fighter that night. This is what Eddie is saying. Because deep down, Eddie doesn't want that win to be taken away from Ryan Garcia. Now, what makes the situation so wild is how differently Eddie Hearn reacted when he found out that Canelo Alvarez had tested positive for PEDs years back. But you guys have to understand, this is when Eddie Hearn had first came to America. He didn't know that America was not like the UK. I'm going to explain that a little bit more after I play this clip. Check this out.
Who knows how long he's been cheating for? Should he be banned longer? Yeah. Should he be financially penalised? Absolutely. Like any crime, if there's no punishment, it's going to just encourage people to commit them. So if you're a young fighter and you're thinking about doping in the sport, and you see Canelo Alvarez just get a 6-month fine with no financial penalty, I'll give it a go. I'll run the risk. It's like anything. You talk about knife crime at the moment. If you're carrying, why do you think countries like Abu Dhabi and Dubai, the crime rate's so low? Because you get caught doing something, you go down, mate, for time. And like anything, you should get caught with a knife, you should just be slung in prison. There's no excuse for it. And the same in doping. There may be a life ban is what's needed.
He's going to fight again. But what he will have to live with is the fact that every Instagram post, every Twitter post, every interview, every member of the public he walks past will look at him as a cheat in boxing. And that will always take away his legacy in the sport.
And that will always take away his legacy in the sport. He will always be known as a cheater. Now, I told you guys I was going to explain what I meant when I said that Eddie Hearn, he had just started working in America. He just started promoting fights in America. So he thought that America was like the UK. Because in the UK, just like every other country except for America, the boxing fans, they actually support their fighters, regardless of what their color is. From Ricky Hatton to Anthony Joshua. As you guys know by now, Anthony Joshua, he's about to fight Dubois at Wembley Stadium, and they're expecting to break records in attendance. You're looking at least maybe 70 to 90,000 fans. Eddie Hearn, he also said a long time ago, he said, if Terence Crawford was a British fighter, he would be a huge star. But then years and years later, once Terence Crawford became a free agent, Eddie Hearn didn't even want to sign him. That's because there's two versions of Eddie Hearn. The Eddie Hearn, once again, who had just came to America and did not know how American did boxing politics when it comes to race fans and old media. And then there's the version of Eddie Hearn today that graduated from Old Media Academy. Something else Eddie Hearn said about Canelo that he would never say today, not this version. When Eddie was promoting Danny Jacobs, when Danny was about to fight Canelo Alvarez at the press conference, you guys could watch it right now on YouTube. Eddie Hearn, he said that we are going to send Canelo Alvarez back to Mexico. Once again, Eddie Hearn, he's thinking, okay, we're in America. Obviously, the Americans are going to support the Americans and they're going to root against a foreign fighter like Canelo Alvarez. Because after all, that's how it is in every other country. It's called patriotism. Now, this is not to suggest there's no racism in the UK. It's just a little bit more covert over there. But the difference is they back their fighters. They will be loyal to their fighters against foreign countries. You will never see UK boxing fans booing the UK fighter to support the foreign fighter from maybe the Ukraine like Lomachenko. America is the only country that has more race fans than boxing fans, which is why he's defending Ryan Garcia as if Ryan is his fighter. He said Canelo will always be known as a cheater and he can never take that away from his legacy. But now he's defending Ryan Garcia and implying that him taking PEDs gave him no advantage in the fight, other than helping him lose weight. Now, let's not forget what Eddie Hearn also said about Gervonta Tank Davis, who he doesn't promote, after Gervonta beat Hector Garcia, knocked him out. Now, and I did a long video completely breaking down what he said and what he was really trying to say, obviously. I'll put the link in the description box if you guys missed that video. But for now, I'm going to play the clip of exactly what he said about Gervonta after Gervonta knocked out Hector Garcia.
But the dangerous thing about Gervonta Davis, and this is one of the things that makes him as dangerous as he is he's not a deep thinker. You know, he's not an articulate young man. You know, he's a bad kid. Like, and I say that, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm talking about, this is a kid. He's a bad right? Just like Mike Tyson was, just like some of these other greats were. And that makes them very, very dangerous.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO-DeKey Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.